It's Saturday. Nikki was just saying that's how we know what day it is.
We do know how day and what day it is. Hi everybody!
The days are kind of blending together.
Except for Wednesday and Saturday.
But Wednesday and Saturday, aha, we know that we have class. So welcome everyone. I hope you had a great day. It was a beautiful piece of weather today. I hope you got a chance to get outside and walk around a little bit. I did not. So I am really happy to be moving.
Right?
I've been sitting all day.
All day.
All day. So tonight's class is footwork and foot patterns. So we're going to experiment with some things with our legs and our feet and do some combinations with the feet.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think
before we get started, can you tell us, for anybody who's just joining us, a little about
in
yourself?
case you don't know me, I'm Meleah from Meleah.com, and you can see you can see a bunch of posts on Facebook. You can see my YouTube channel and also my website Meleah.com. We'll have a lot of these.
That's all good stuff.
Yeah,
and
all good stuff.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because then you know every time things come up they will be shared with you. But all the videos from all the classes are here, and there's also a warm-up on there, you should know about that. And I'm going to be watching comments, so if you guys want to let us know that you're here, say hi.
Yep.
And then also make sure you tell us that the sound is good and that you can hear the music, because we can't tell, obviously.
No,
we have no idea.
So far things have been going really great, but just in case there's a technical glitch, we want to know before we can't be heard.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to check on that and see if you guys can let us know right away. I'm going to take a look. And then what music are we using?
We're going to use music from Frank Lazaro, Middle-Earth tonight. It's the Middle-Earth Ensemble, a local band that plays a lot of places around town for belly dancers. And Frank and I have known each other for quite some time, and I have a few of his albums. So I believe this is the first one, Middle-Earth. They just call it Middle-Earth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a really nice
The original.
Yeah, so we're going to give that a try. And so what we're going to do is just move our lower body a little bit. So shake out your legs. And then we start up and down, releve flat, releve flat, releve flat. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Now turn your toes out. Up, up,
Marjorie.
Brandon and
They're all
Marjorie,
here.
yay! Welcome, girls. I'm glad you're here. So, we're going to look at some foot pattern. That's just a quick warm-up for your legs and feet, just so that they realize they're alive.
Hello.
I know. I've been sitting all day doing a convention work online, and my whole leg is just, I got up, oh God, I'm so numb. They're like, all right, let's do footwork because I need to move some of this out of
We
me.
need to get it going.
Yeah, all right, so some of these will be familiar, and then we'll do different combinations, so I think we'll have a good time. So one of the basic foot patterns that we use in belly dance is called the rocking step, and it's basically a foot pattern of rocking forward and rocking back on the same foot. So if you take your, is this the left or the, no, this is the right one. Yeah, okay. The right foot forward.
Can you guys just confirm? We believe when we say right, it's your right.
I think this
Because
is
it
correct.
flips us,
This
so-
is because you're facing us, and then Facebook flips it.
Yeah.
I'm actually on the west side, and on Facebook I'll be on the east side. So it's,
I like how you say that.
Yeah.
It's a little like stage right, stage
yeah,
left situation.
it kind of is that way. But anyway, one of your feet, just pick one. Forward, and then middle, and then back on that same foot, and then middle. So if it is your right, then you step right forward, middle, right back, middle, right forward, middle, right back, middle. So it's a pretty basic step, pretty easy. You can travel with it. So let's say I want to travel, we can just go to the side, and then if I want to travel the other way. So it's pretty versatile. And then let's try the other foot. Forward, middle, back, middle, forward, middle, back. Traveling side. And then traveling other side. Yeah. There we go. All right, so a lot of you know this step, but new people may not know this step yet. So with this, a lot of things are possible. Like I said, traveling forward, backward. You can cross over. We'll morph it into a grapevine in just a few minutes, so you'll see how that works. Grapevine is another classic step that a lot of dance forms use, and belly dance loves the grapevine. So with this, we a lot of times like to turn around and do a pivot step. So with a pivot step, let's pick a foot, step forward on that foot, pivot around without picking it up, and then let's pick up that same foot, step forward again, pivot around without picking any of your feet up, right? The trick with a pivot, as opposed to a spin, is your feet don't leave the ground. You step and you turn with both feet down. Then you step and you turn. The only thing you have to remember is which foot you step with. So I'm picking my right. I'm going to step right and turn around. That's the pivot part. Then I'm going to step right again and pivot. So these are half pivots. 1 and 2 and. You can also do quarter pivots. So if we step with the right foot and we only turn 1/4 of the way, then step with the right foot again, and a quarter, and step, and a quarter, and step, and a quarter. That, of course, makes 4 quarters. And then we can do it to the other side as well.
And,
all right.
And we would usually say corners, but we can't.
We're not in a corner situation.
We're on the diagonal,
Yeah.
something or other.
I have no corners right now. It's just somewhere.
We're to the screen, to the side, away from the screen, to the other side.
Yeah, yeah. So when we put those two together, we get a nice, easy footwork combination. We get a rocking step and then 2 pivots. And a rocking step and 2 pivots. So now let's travel with the rocking step and then pivot. And rocking step and pivot. And then pause. And let's switch the other foot. Rocking step, pivot, travel, rocking step, pivot, 1 more, rock forward, rock back, pivot, pivot. So that is a simple footwork pattern that looks good with all kinds of things. So we're going to plug a couple of steps in there. If you know the 3/4 shimmy, we're going to do it on the downbeat instead of the upbeat, meaning when you step, that's going to be 1. No, that's and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4 is what we're going to do it on. So the 3/4 shimmy, side, lift, side, lift, step.
Can we do one more time?
Yeah. side, lift, shift, side, lift, shift, side, lift, shift. So it's a fairly simple step, it's just hard to say. And you can do it on the upside side, upside side, upside side, or what we're gonna do today is side, upside, side, upside, side, upside. The 3/4 shimmy can be started from any point. If this makes no sense to you and you don't have the 3/4 shimmy yet, then all you need to do is when you step right, squeeze your right glute so your hip accents to the right. It's just called a little hip accent or a hip push. And then when you step left, do the same thing. So it'd be right, left, right, left, right, left. So all of them work. All right, so why don't you do the 3/4 shimmy? I'll do the single, right? So you see how it looks on both
So we
ways. Yeah, so
Yes.
you'll be da 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 da. Wait, no, you'll be rocking step.
All right, got it.
Yeah.
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah. And I'll be doing the plate. All right, you do the peanut. Okay, so you're gonna start with your right foot. We're gonna do a rock step and a pivot. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, 5, 6, 7, repeat, 1, 2, 3, pivot, 5, 6, 7, last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now on the other foot. Get it going, left foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, pivot, 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, pivot. If you want to do a little hip push on the pivot, notice I did it sometimes I didn't.
I wasn't sure if we would shimmering on the pivot.
Doesn't really
So I
matter.
did it sometimes too.
Yeah, it's just showing you how you can layer things, and also you can put both. You can do 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, and then just a push and a push.
Ooh.
So 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, single push. That looks nice too. All right, so
I'm
that's
gonna
your
check the comments real quick.
okay. That's your rocking step and your pivot. All right, now we're going to look at a crossover step called the grapevine. This is another one of the basic ones. So it's imitating the way a vine weaves its way around a post, right? And if you notice, if you checked out plants lately, vines go left, right, forward, back. They just wind their way around. So by doing that with our foot, that makes this S shape. So I've got my outside foot ready, and this is a 4-count move. You get to start it anywhere you want. For our purposes tonight, we're going to start it in the front. So take your outside foot, cross front, and step side. Now you're in neutral again. Cross back, and you're in neutral again. That's the whole thing. So
Okay,
challenging.
That's all you need to know.
That's it. See ya. So we're going to cross front and neutral and back and neutral. So that was my outside foot on the right. Take your left foot, do the same thing. Cross front, step neutral, cross back, step neutral. So sometimes I'll call it out front, side, back, side. That's what makes sense to my little brain. So, because I'm crossing my foot front, I'm stepping to my side, I'm crossing back, and I'm stepping to my side. So you can say it that way, or you can say front, neutral, back, neutral, or front, step, back, step, all kinds of ways. It just what makes sense to your brain. The trick on this one is, well, we can't do it because we're just on a little phone, but when you're practicing and dancing, don't take giant steps, right? I don't want to see this big grapevine. I want to see a small grapevine. Yeah, small grapevine. So try to make your steps shoulder width or close to it. Just use your shoulders as a guide so you don't step beyond your own silhouette, because realistically the step is going to be done very small. All right, let's take our outside foot right and crossing. Front, side, back. One more. Front, side, back. When you are ready to switch, you just put that left foot out and touch it, and front, side, back, side, front, side, bye. Front, side, back, side. So grapevine's pretty simple, and you can use it a lot. It gets you all over the place. There's variations on it, and you can add layers on it. So for example, one of the easiest things to do on a grapevine is a body undulation. Oh God, I don't know if it's gonna work. Body undulation, right? Oh, So we're going to try that. Let's try the outside left foot. So every time you take a step with your left foot, you're going to do an undulation. So undulation 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So every time you use your lead foot, you take the ribs forward and rock it down, roll down through the abdominals into the body undulation. So let's try the outside right foot, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So there's a 4 count to the grapevine, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside that 4 count are 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 body undulations. Undulations are covered in a different class as well. Some of you know them, some of you are new, just learning. So after you see most of the classes, everything will start to fit together, because I do cover everything eventually. We're going to get through all of it. All right, so let's try right foot and you say it.
We're going to do right side, back side, right side, back side.
All right, left side, front maybe not. My voice just decided it's gonna go away. There, okay.
Let's do it one more time.
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. Ready, we go. Right and behind. Over we go, behind. Da, 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 and away.
That is so pretty.
That's actually one of my favorite moves. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I do.
And I'm talking about it because I love that
Yeah, it's a great move. You can also layer rib cage circles over it. You can do undulate, circle. There's all kinds of things. You can do your hips. You can do Mayas over it.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
cool.
it's so fun. Yeah, so you can get quite advanced with this, but we're starting with just the feet and just putting a couple little things over it so you get the idea. Now, with this, we can also add a pivot turn, which works really well. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're heading left, take your right foot, step to your left, do your pivot, turn around, and you're back. And then if you want to go the other way, you take your outside left foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm using 4 counts to do the pivot, which is slow. We could do it in 2, we could do it in 7, it doesn't really matter, I'm just picking. Right? It's just up to you when you're playing around. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You want to land on 8. Now take your new outside foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so let me put on some music.
If you have any questions, everybody, please make sure you write them and let us know if you need clarification on anything. I'm going to check those comments while you get the music ready. Ooh, we have Andrea!
Andrea, yay!
She said hi.
All right, let's see if we can get this music going.
And at the very least, give us thumbs up hearts so we can see that the sound is good.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear it. So what we're going to do is body undulation, and then when you do your pivot, you're going to do a big hip circle. So you can see how we layer the body over the feet. So when you're doing your pivot, you're just going to step around and pivot, okay? So only it's to the side. You're going to step here and pivot all the way around. And while you're pivoting, your hip is making a big circle. So it looks really cool. And it actually helps you get around. If you notice the momentum of your hip, it helps to turn you, and it looks super pretty. All right, here, let's go. This is nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How'd you like that one?
That was beautiful!
So, just about anything that we do on our feet, we can layer all kinds of things on the body. And when you're learning, the undulation and the hip circle are two things that are relatively, nothing is easy, but relatively easy to layer on top of other things.
They are doable, ladies.
They're the most doable. Other than arms, you can always layer arms, but sometimes arms come, I know when I was learning, the arms just, I just had these claws for a very long time, so.
Claws and
I would say, the T-Rex arms, I would say the arms are easy, but they're simple, but they're not easy because they come later. When you feel more comfortable, your arms finally relax. All right, so let's look at, let's see, what did I want to do? A step turn. So we've done quite a few turns over these past weeks, and this one is a step turn with a back step ball change. So I'll do it towards you. Say I'm stepping to my right, I turn to my right, and then I step back, and then I do a ball change. All right, so it goes step, turn, back, ball, change. So you end up on the same foot that you started with. You're going to go right, left, right. And then your next foot, let's say pretend I'm faced away from you, where your next foot would be your left foot, and you step left, turn left, step back, ball, change. And if the ball change doesn't make sense to you, just say back, front. You step back.
That's the way I do it.
Yeah, you step back twice. So I'll show you from the side. You go back, front. Okay, so your weight goes back twice. Back, front. And when I say front, I mean a weight change and a step. So don't get stuck with back, touch. You see there's no weight there. You actually have to put weight on it. Back, step. So maybe step all the way and pick up your other foot to make sure, right? So on the other side, back, front. So let's try it on the left foot. So we'll be turning left, step left, turn left, back, front. Step right, turn right, back, front. Again, left, turn, back, front, right, turn, back, front. All right?
So you kind of go like this,
yes,
and then you come back to where you came from.
exactly.
It's not, because we're not going around and around and around.
No, we're just doing a half.
A half, and then come back.
So we're going to throw it in there with the earlier combination. Rocking step, 3/4 shimmy or not, pivot, rocking step, here we go, back, front.
What?
Okay, so we're going to put that all together. So let's see how that feels. So rocking step on the right foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot turn, 5, 6, 7. Now rocking step again, 2, 3. Now your step turn, step right, turn right, back, front. Try left, 2, 3, 4, pivot 5, 6, 7, 8. Rocking step, 3, 4, step turn, 2, 2, 2, 2.
I went the wrong way.
Go the other way.
Can we do that again for me?
We do that again. But
I was so into it, I went the wrong way.
But you can see it doesn't look, it looks fine. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. It's all good.
Alright, okay.
All right, so we'll face
so
away.
What do we do? Left
So this is our left side. So rock, 2, 3, 4, pivot 5, 6, 7. Remember your left now. 2, 3, turn that way. 5, 6, 7, and 8.
I was just so into my 3/4 shimmy.
I'm looking at the camera like I'm going to see somebody going, I got it!
Well, how about, can you guys take a moment?
Like, you have to write,
yeah.
I got it!
Just,
Or I don't got it, do it
or
again!
a high or something. Let's get some feedback.
Oh, all right, let me see what else I have. Let's see what else I wanted to show you. There's another one that's fun. Let's see, oh yeah, there's another grapevine thing. There's a couple grapevine things. All right. So one of them is a half grapevine. This is super short, super easy, but it looks cool. So the full grapevine is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you keep going, or you do whatever, pivot turn or step turn. You can throw all these things together. And it looks like you really have complicated foot patterns, and you're just piling them next to each other. So it's not Not difficult, you just have to remember them. But the half grapevine is exactly how it sounds. It's half of one. So instead of 4, you do 2. 1, 2, and you turn. There you are. And then you add whatever you want on the end of it. 1, 2, so let's say step, I do this a lot. I do a basic Egyptian. So step, half grapevine, basic Egyptian. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you have it. But it gives you another direction and it looks really cool, right? So leave out half of your grapevine, just go 1 and 2, turn sideways. Now with your free foot, which is your right, step and then lift. Now try it to the other side. 1, 2, step, lift. Right? So again, 1, whoops, I did a whole different move.
I was following you whatever
I
you
know, I was like, I'm doing what I'm going to do next. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So let's take, I'm just thinking all these things at once. When you do that basic here, sometimes it's nice to stay here and just do a move or a hip thing or a circuit, something in place. So we can throw that in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then we can do, or actually I'm going to add something else on the end of it. We'll leave that as an option. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then wave, wave, circle. You can go on to do other things, right? But I want to add another footwork on there instead. I want to add that step turn. Because as long as you've got a foot in front of you, you can do that step turn, back, back, front, and it just looks super cool no matter where you do it. So let's do the grapevine, half grapevine, with the basic. Now my left foot is in front, so you're going to step left, turn left, back, back, front. That one looks really neat too, because now you end up facing the other way. Yeah. So face front, crossover, outside foot, 2 counts for the grapevine. 1, 2, step back, basic, lift, step left, turn, back, back, front. Oh, I like that. Okay. So here we are. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And it just gives you a nice way to turn around. So let's try it from your outside left foot. Crossover. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step right, turn right, back, back, front. Remember your front is a weighted front. Pick up your back foot so that your weight is on the front. This totally won't work if you don't step on that last one. You have to make all those a weighted step. So right foot again, facing front. 1, 2, 3, 4, step, turn, step, ball change.
Whoop. I was ready for the other side.
Yeah, the other side. Okay. And you can see how you can throw these things. So, for example, if you want to keep going, just think about the things you can do. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, step, turn, dot, dot, dot. Do another step, turn, step, ball change, circle, circle. So you're just putting little puzzle pieces together, right? You don't have to do complicated things. You can do pretty simple moves just back to back, and they look quite pretty.
I'm going to check the comment real quick.
Okay. And let's see, the grapevine. Oh yes, I'm going to add some turns. All right, so on the grapevine, you have a forward turn and a reverse turn that you can do. The forward turn is very much like a pivot. When your foot comes crossing front, that's where you're going to go, continue and go around. So it looks like so. Front, side, back, side, turn. And that's a full pivot. You go all the way around. So let's take our outside right foot, cross front and side, and back and side. Now, you know you're going to turn. So step with your right, start your turn. Make sure it's a pivot turn, and your weight stays on your left, and then you decide, what are you going to do with this? So something else can happen, or you can just put it down. So let's put that in a count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take 4 counts to get around. Step and land on 8. So you're going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. With the stepping, you don't stomp it like I did, but not as pretty as it could be. All right, right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, turn around, 6, 7, 8. Put your weight on your right, start on your left. 1, 2, 3, 4, turn around, 6, 7, 8. So let's try some music and do a couple of those, and then I'll show you the reverse. It's even more fun. There it is. All right, nice and easy. Outside right. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn around. 7, 8. Again. Body undulation. Hip circle. Determined by which foot is starting things, right? And this, if it's your outside right, your right side is the working leg, because if you notice, it's doing most everything, and the left foot is just stabilizing, or the reverse, right? So what you do when you do a forward turn is you take your working leg and cross it in front of you to get all the way around. When you do a reverse turn, you take that same working leg, cross it behind you, and turn around, right? So it's either cross in front or cross behind. Crossing behind is a little funky because our body doesn't like to go backwards. Just doesn't like it very much, so it just is a little mental challenge, but it's good for us. So if we start 1, 2, we're going to do it on 3, 4. 3, 4. And that becomes a new little step in itself. Cross front, side, reverse, turn, and step. Well, I should say touch. So it's going to be 1, 2, reverse, turn, and touch.
Ooh, that's cool.
So it's still 4 counts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you look where the feet were, it would be cross, side, cross behind, side. The cross behind part is the turn, all right? So cross front, step side, cross behind, step side. Isn't that cool? Now you can take your time to do a slow one. I just showed you a quickie because it looks really nice to just stick it in there. You're doing a grapevine, all of a sudden you turn around backwards and it looks really, really fun.
And fringing goes everywhere.
Yeah, it does. All right, so let's try 1, 2, reverse turn. Here, now put this foot out because on the way back, grapevine, and then a forward turn. So you can mix them together. It looks super pretty, and we just came up with a new fun combination. So, right side, front, side, reverse turn, touch, front, side, back, side, around. Yeah. I like that.
Sorry, I messed that up, everybody.
No worries.
Doing it just for me.
Okay, let's see, do I have my, yeah, I think I got my feet in there.
You,
Am I in the right spot? I keep wanting to get closer and closer, but I think my feet
yeah,
are
that's
in
perfect.
here.
If you go for the forward,
So
then it's
it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what do we do on 5, 6, 7, 8? Anything you want. Here you are. You can do anything.
freestyle.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that.
So if I were doing that and I was teaching a class, I would add some grapevine to the front. I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn 7, 8. So it's nice and balanced. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I am teaching a class, so we are going to do that.
Ta-da!
And it's going to be balanced. You will learn better when you're not confused. So, let's try it again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now with the body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big hip circle. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, lovely.
That's cool.
I like that move. And you can see how that could go all over the place. There's a lot of travel possibilities with that one, which I really like. All right, so as you can see, we got grapevines, we got pivots, we have, what was the first thing? Oh yeah, the rocking step, the step turn. These are all things that they all play nicely, very nicely together. Feel free, when I was learning, this is just an old trick. Get yourself little cards like this and write with big letters on them what the step is. Rocking step, pivot turn, grapevine, half grapevine, hip circle. Just one thing per card. Put them on the floor in front of you, and you, guess what? You make up your own pattern. So you just shuffle them, and you go, oh, and you maybe just want to use 4 because that's a lot to remember, so maybe just pick 4. And you put down rocking step, pivot turn, grapevine, step turn, right? And you can see that it goes, right? So
I like that.
rocking step, pivot turn, grapevine, step, turn, back, front. However we want to do that. Yeah, that looked really nice. Let's try
That
that.
was actually really cool.
Yeah, rocking step, pivot turn, grapevine, and step turn. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's good. So, and then you shuffle them and try it again. So you don't have to memorize so much, you're just kind of following, and then after enough repetitions, you don't need your cards anymore. So you have like 5 or 6 basic foot patterns, and you just use them interchangeably. Now the layering of the body on top takes some drilling, which we'll do again, of course, we always do. But just wanted to show you, what can happen on the bottom. All right, let's look at a really fun step. I call it the zigzag. So this is a way of traveling. So pretend these are my feet. Okay, here's my feet. Toes in, heels in. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. So if I'm like this, toes, heel, toe, heel. I'm moving. I'm traveling. So you have to not overthink this move because yes, both feet are zigzagging. One is going outside, one is going inside. It's making you travel. If you overthink it, it'll be a pile of mush. Just go heel, just because your body can do this. You don't need your brain. Toe, heel, toe. Now just go to your left. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Now go to your right. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. It's a very cool way to travel. Do we do it for long distances? Not really. It's a short thing, right? We do it for, so let's say, da, 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 da. That's about it. That's good. I'm happy, right? But see what it does? It puts you on a skateboard and you get to float. So when you do this, find a comfortable spot for your legs and knees. Just use your thigh, turn in, out, zigzag. That's what we call the zigzag. And then switch, zigzag. Yes, there you go. And you can see your feet just going in and out. And what it does is it makes you very smooth. What you have to remember is when you do it, don't do this, right? Because then it defeats the purpose. We have a bouncing dancer, right?
Because it's not about covering distance, right? It's
Right.
really about the glide.
And it's not dependent upon rhythm. You don't need to be 1 and 2. You can be anti-rhythm, just however you want to do it. And a lot of times it's quicker than the music, because you can see if you go a little faster, it's a little smoother than slow, because you can see each heel toe, right? So think about going faster. So what happens, this is commonly, and you just practice and it gets better. Toe, heel, and pretty soon they're both going the same. And you're going zig-zag, right? The feet tend to match each other. But just keep working at it. So let's do a little music, and we're going to try this. And we'll do some patterns on top. All right, so here we go. Toe, heel. So I'm not really paying attention to the rhythm with my feet. I'm just going side to side. So arm waves.
Oh, I got stuck.
Rib circle. Rib circle. Yep. Head slide. Open into arm wave. Yeah. You'll feel this in your shins.
I'm like, I got a little bit of a
That's when we did the calf raises and all that. This is something you definitely want to practice, because it kind of gets you. So I notice right away when I'm doing it, but I'm fine. Everything's fine, right? And then you add something on top, and oh dear. So I'm doing this, and all of a sudden my brain starts connecting to my feet and trying to coordinate with my hands, and then both feet start going like this, right? Happens all the time. So you really, really have to concentrate on not concentrating on your feet. So just get them going. Think about something else, and then just say, okay, arms. And eventually, your feet will stay on the zigzag pattern. Yes, they're gonna go back and forth a couple times, you just fix them, right? It's just repetition. But it's a really, really cool way to get around. And then its little cousin, it's not a zigzag, but it's one of the smooth traveling steps that we use. Releve, pick a leg, put it in front, and you're just gonna step front side, front side, front side, front side, front side, front side, front side. Really, really fast. Front side, front side, front side, front side. The trick on this one is lift up maybe half to 2/3 of a releve, not all the way, just part way. Relax your ankles. Keep your knees slightly bent. When you're straight, it shows, right? Unlock your legs. Don't take your feet off the ground. So here's my little paws, and they're just going like this, stepping across each other, and they slide. So it's good to practice this in socks. Don't do it on the carpet, because you'll get stuck and you'll trip. Do it on a smooth surface with socks, and you can play with straighter, bend, find your place where it feels right. A little more bend in the knee is probably a better idea. Don't you feel it kind of takes the bounce out of it?
Yeah,
I feel like it does.
You can absorb.
Yeah, you do. You kind of absorb, right?
Okay.
So let's try some music with that and see how that feels. I'm going to go back to the beginning. All right, so up and down a little bit. Get your toes ready.
And then also, if you bend your knees, and you have somewhere to go if you want to go up as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, and then we'll layer some stuff. All right, so here we go. Side. Just have your arms a second. I'm just going as far as the screen. And then when you go the other way, put your other foot in front, right? You want to have, so I'm traveling to my right. My left foot is in front. You want your legs to cross in a closed position. Makes it easier, and you want to try to keep your thighs together. You don't have to squeeze them, but do concentrate on keeping those thighs close. Because again, you can see that, right? If it's wide, you can see it. So arm waves. Turn around. That automatically switches your feet. Ta-da. Turn around.
Tip for the choreography on the cards.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Great.
Cards are really good because everybody's at a different place, and some people now are thinking, well, I want to put on music and dance, but I don't know what, your brain goes empty, you don't know what to do. Thinking, okay, I'm going to do belly dancing, and you end up just, okay, that's all I know. That's all you can remember. So if you start writing them down and just throw them around, you just follow them, and it makes it really, it's what I did to learn, and I ended up making some really cool practice. Oh, I like the way that works. And then I would write the whole thing down on paper and then keep that. And it became part of my repertoire. So it's a nice, easy way to teach yourself. Okay, one more thing. It's an inside-out box turn, all right? So I'm going to actually skip the regular box turn. I'm going to go to the inside-out one. So what it is you will step, let me think, how is this going to work? Okay. You're going to step forward on your left, step directly to the right on your right, reverse turn, back corner to your left, take the right foot to the back corner on the right. Reverse turn, left foot forward, right foot across, left foot back, right foot across. So break your box into 2 forward and back pieces and 2 across pieces. So you got vertical and horizontal. Because we don't have a square in here, so.
We do north, south.
Yeah, my box, yeah. So I'm going vertical front, horizontal, vertical back, horizontal. Does that make sense? So you've got the sides of your box and then the front and the back piece, all right? So go up one side, go across the front, down the other side, and across the back. So if we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. You get dizzy really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go the other way.
All right.
1 and 2, step back with the right. 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Sideways, across, side piece, across. Vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. So this is just a foot pattern that it can be a box or it can turn into a turn. All right, so let's say we make it a box and we add a 3/4 shimmy or a hip push. So you do the 3/4, I'll do the hip push. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. It has a nice crisp boxy look to it. It's really, and it's reversed, so it's interesting.
That looks really complicated.
It looks way harder than it is. So it's just a reverse box turn, and you go, make sure you practice both ways. When you take your corners out, you end up with an inside-out turn. So I'm going to evolve it, so you go with me. So front, side, back, side, front, side. Now take your corner out, front, side. In other words, don't be precise where you step, just think side, forward, back, and guess what's happening? I'm getting really busy. What's happening? So what's happening is our body is spinning clockwise. Our circle track that we're doing is going counterclockwise. Again, don't overthink it, because you
Complete loss.
Yeah. So that's starting on your right foot, turning your body to the right, making your square, taking the square away, making it a circle. Let's try stepping left, making a square to your left, like here, step across and back, across and back. Now take the square out, and you have an inside-out turn where your body goes counterclockwise, your circle goes clockwise. It's really cool.
I love that.
Oh, goodness.
Especially
Yes, you can
that's one of my favorite moves ever.
You can add the hip circle in it. Right, that's a different class. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that foot pattern. That's the reverse square. And I love that one. I think it's super pretty. So you should have lots of yummy things to practice. Good thing is, if you forget, you just get to play it again, and you can fast forward to the parts that you want. I advise you, if you're sticking with me here for the long haul, start making notes, because you're going to have quite a vocabulary of dance over these next, what have we been doing this for?
We've been doing for a month, like 5 weeks already. 5 or 6 weeks already.
So I know we've got at least a couple more, so it's going to be fun. I have lots planned. All right, so.
If there's any other questions, now's your chance, everybody. Let's get a quick.
Otherwise, we are going to sign off for tonight until Wednesday at 7:30, when I'll see you again.
Oh, yeah, no questions. Looks like we're good.
Okay.
Okay, and then
timing is just right.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the videos. And we will see you next time.
Thanks again, everyone. We'll see you later.